Xavi's tenure as Barcelona boss ended on a positive note with a 2-1 triumph over Sevilla in La Liga. Now note that Xavi's departure came a month after he had walked back a previous decision he made in January to leave the club this summer. And in April, he said that he had changed his mind because the team was playing better and he believed he could bounce back from a trophyless season. Now, Barcelona president John Laporta publicly celebrated Xavi's commitment to stay at that time. But then, last week, the president was reportedly unhappy when the head coach spoke openly about how the club's poor finances would impede it from competing with fierce rival Real Madrid. Robert Lewandowski and Fermin Lopez got the visitors' goals, with Youssef and Nasiri replying for the hosts. Now, Fermin's goal was a notable highlight, coming in the second half to put Barcelona into a lead they wouldn't relinquish. The Blaugrana then end the season 10 points behind Real Madrid. Now, Fermin Lopez's second half power driver ensured Barcelona sent Xavi off a winner, defeating Sevilla in the final La Liga game of the season. Now, the match was an entertaining affair in which both sides could have hit the net on many more occasions. But after Youssef and Nasiri coolly equalized Robert Lewandowski's close-range volley, Barcelona struck the woodwork twice through Pedri and Joe Cancelo, and Sevilla from Dodi Lukebakio's header. Barcelona were more dominant in the second period, and only fine stops from Oraniland prevented Pedri and Fermin adding to the scoreline before the latter settled the affair with a low 20-yard rocket. Now, the results sees Barcelona end the last of Xavi's 3 campaigns in charge with 10 points behind Real Madrid in second spot, while Sevilla finished in a disappointing 14th. Okay, I understand that Laporta has the right to make decisions and all, but you can't just send off a legend of the club at will whenever you like. You can't just wake up and your decision is, oh, I don't like this player, I don't like this person, I want him to go. No, no. He did this with Coman, he did this with Messi. You see that Messi zone was really, really disappointing to all of us coolers, but I mean, and now Xavi. Initially, he wanted to leave, but you did not. I mean, you made him change his mind and all, only for you to send him off for saying the truth. This is the part where we get a vote of no confidence in order to just push Laporta himself out of that seat. We do not need him as our president anymore because of the truth, whenever we need him to take decisions, he doesn't take the decisions. And whenever we're not, fine, I was one of those persons that trended hashtag Xavi out. But we could have allowed Xavi take his exit when he wanted to, respectfully. Respectfully. Anyways, Xavi was, is, and will remain a legend of Barca. Xavi will always be a cooler. So, in that note, Visca Barca. With a UEFA Champions League final against Borussia Dortmund at Wembley Stadium next weekend on the horizon, Real Madrid drew 0-0 with Real Betis on the final weekend of the La Liga season. In the week that it was announced that Cruz would leave Real Madrid in the summer, Toni Kroos was given a standing ovation at the Santiago Bernabeu when he was substituted late on. Although Real Madrid had the territorial advantage for most of the game and it was the visitors who still came closest to scoring during the match, and they appeared to have taken the lead before the interval, but VAR ruled that Marc Roca was slightly offside when he challenged Courtois, leading Johnny Cardoso converting from close range. Real Madrid's best chance came in the first half when Vinicius Jr. back-heeled from close range, but as was the case on a number of occasions, Fran Vaites made a smart save. Courtois, surely proving his capability of starting the UEFA Champions League final, also made a number of fine stops, particularly from Arce Perez and Juan Miranda. Kroos left the field 3 minutes ahead of full-time, embracing all teammates before departing the Madrid home turf for the last time. And now in other La Liga results. Osasuna in a 1-1 draw against Villarreal. Atletico Madrid in a 2-0 win against Sociedad. Almeria in a 6-1 win against Cadiz. Athletic Club in a 1-0 win against Rayo Vallecano. Mallorca in a 2-1 win at Getafe. Celta Vigo drew 2-2 with Valencia. And Alaves in a 1-1 draw against Las Palmas. In the Serie A, Atalanta followed up its Europa League title with a 3-0 win over Torino in the Sunday and ended Roma's hopes of qualifying for the Champions League. Now, Gianluca Scamacca and Ademola Lookman scored first half goals for Atalanta, and Mario Pasalic added a penalty after the break as the Bergamo side moved up to fourth place, 1 point ahead of Bologna. Lookman was coming off a hat-trick in Atalanta's 3-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League final on Wednesday, and the Europa League trophy was on the sideline before kickoff. Sixth place Roma, which later lost 2-1 at Empoli, needed Atalanta to finish fifth to qualify for the Champions League. Now it's the final round of the Italian league, but Atalanta still has a game to play against Fiorentina next Sunday. Scamacca scored first after being set up by Charles, then Lookman tapped in a rebound of a shot from Pasalic following another set up from Charles. Midway through the second half, Lookman was fouled to provide a penalty for Pasalic. Afterwards, Atalanta coach Gianpiero Gasperini announced that he plans to stay with the club, ending speculation that he might head to Napoli. Also, defending champion Napoli was held to a 0-0 draw at home by Leeds and finished 10th to miss out on all European competitions. Torino is ninth and can still qualify for the Europa Conference League if Fiorentina wins the third-tier European trophy on Wednesday. Now, three teams entered the final day of the season attempting to avoid relegation, and Udinese and Empoli stayed up while Frosinone went down. Udinese beat Frosinone 1-0 with a late goal from English forward Kiernan Davis, meaning that coach Fabio Cannavaro fulfilled his assignment of avoiding the drop zone after being hired last month. Udinese has been in the top division uninterrupted since 1990. Also, Italian champions Inter Milan was held 2-2 at Hellas Verona, and Lazio drew 1-1 with already relegated Sassuolo. Manchester United defeated Manchester City 2-1 in the FA Cup final on Saturday at Wembley Stadium to lift their all-time FA Cup wins record to 13, just one behind Arsenal. Arsenal have then been slammed for their embarrassing post following Manchester United's FA Cup triumph, in which the club seemed to go full partridge. Erik ten Hag stunned the footballing world as he masterclassed a 2-1 win over defending FA Cup champions Manchester City at Wembley Stadium on Saturday. Alejandro Garnacho and Kobe Mino were on the score sheet as City were consigned to their first domestic final loss under manager Pep Guardiola. Now, Garnacho and Mino made further history by becoming the first teenagers to score in an FA Cup final, while the latter broke the record for youngest goal scorer since 1964. Yet, with United basking in the limelight, Arsenal social media admin decided to bring the spotlight back on the Gunners with an oddly timed reminder of their superior FA Cup exploits. Just after the full-time whistle on Saturday, Arsenal wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "We have a legacy in the FA Cup like no other team, having lifted the trophy a record 14 times. Can you name the players who started in each of our 7 wins since the year 2000? Of course, the social media jury was so quick to jump on the post and dish out appropriate appraisals, with several rival supporters dubbing the tweet embarrassing, cringe, and shameless. But of course, and of the truth, it was shameless. It was shameless, very shameless. Anyways, United's triumph on Saturday lifted the Red Devils' FA Cup wins in their history to 13, just one behind Arsenal's record of 14. Now, the trophy is also Ten Hag's second in 2 years after the Dutch manager led United to Carabao Cup glory last season. And despite the 2 trophy hoard in 2 years, Ten Hag's future at the club remains in jeopardy, with reports stating that the club are actively searching for alternatives. Liverpool are set to kick off a new era under Arda Slot, and they are expected to be busy in the transfer market over the summer, with several incomings and outgoings likely. Arne Slot has been confirmed as club's replacement, with the Dutchman making the move to Anfield from Feyenoord, while Michael Edwards has returned to the club and Richard Offs has been named as their new sporting director. Chelsea has also announced the exit of Mauricio Pochettino as the club's head coach after only one season at the helm of affairs. Now, in a statement on the club's website, Chelsea said that both parties mutually agreed to part ways. Pochettino's exit comes a few days after the conclusion of the 2023-2024 season, where the Blues finished sixth in the English Premier League. He also led the team to the Carabao Cup final before then losing to Liverpool. Now, the Argentine joined Chelsea in May 2023, replacing Frank Lampard, who had been interim manager following Graham Potter's exit a few months prior. Now, speaking on his exit, Pochettino expressed gratitude to the leadership of Chelsea, adding that the club is now well positioned to keep moving forward in the Premier League and also in Europe in years to come. Pochettino's assistants, Jesus Perez, Miguel D'Agostino, Tony Jimenez, and Sebastiano Pochettino, will also be leaving the club. Stefano Pioli has also been sacked as head coach of AC Milan 2 years after guiding them to the Serie A title. Now, AC Milan said in a statement that Pioli will be departing after the end of the current season after having been in charge of the first team since October 2019. Since the transfer market is about to open, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of going in and going out. But of course, trust me to come and give you all the details. What am I here for? That is exactly why I'm here for you all. Anyways, we have come to the end of this episode of Sports Recap with Adejoke Adebusi. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name remains Adejoke Adebusi, and I'll see you guys again some other time. I love you.